That's crazy. This is gonna be interesting.
And bitch, it's okay. Like,
because it is okay. And welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Bitch Okay podcast. I'm your host, Nyethebrat, and you got Yomosworld, aka Danny. Listen, y'all loved that first episode we did, and I just love the fact that y'all loved it. I really was so nervous because when you talk to women, girls, females, like it just sometimes go through one ear out the other, or they just start throwing shots at you because what you're saying to them is true. And a lot of bitches can't take, that real authentic shit that we need to hear sometimes. So I'm so happy that we received so much positive feedback because I promise you I was not expecting that.
yeah, definitely for sure. I can definitely say, like, I was real nervous. I told Night this actor because, like, bitches love sugarcoating shit. Like, and it's like, it's good that we did get positive feedback because it's like, like I feel like it's us females, like we don't get put onto game, and it's just like, I was just telling a friend of mine just like earlier today, I was like, had I would have knew like what I would have knew now, like even though like I don't, regret my past, like, but I know it would have saved me a lot of tears. Definitely a lot of time that I wasted in my past, but it is what it is. Like, most of us that are still listening to this podcast, including me, we're still young. Like, we still got a life to live. Like, so that's one thing for sure that we do appreciate positive feedback. Like, I mean, even if you don't fuck with it, like, I mean, we still gonna talk about it. So, I mean, it's okay. Like, it's okay if you don't like it, but maybe you may need this advice one day. So it's like,
for real, you
haters,
never listen. Never say never, and you never fucking know. Life as we know it is already crazy as fuck right now. Like, we're in a recession. Gas is high as fuck. Niggas is acting out at an all-time high. Everybody's pregnant. Like, it's just a lot going on.
And some of you bitches are in denial, like, because y'all stuck with y'all niggas, but it's okay. Like, maybe we can help one of y'all get out of the toxic situation y'all live in now, because it be like that sometimes. Sometimes you just be stuck in your ways, like, and it's okay, bitch. Like,
but
it's
we're
okay.
here to get you. We're here to get you out of that. Because it's like, I hate to say that we make it seem so cute, especially on social media, but like, if you look at the shit that we post on social media when it comes to people we're fucking with or our roster or, somebody that is supposed to be taken as serious, it always seems to be embarrassing. Like, you never see anything positive when it comes to these encounters. And I'm seeing like a lot of these situations, like specifically the trends on TikTok where like there'll be a trend and they'll expose their text messages between their boyfriend, their girlfriend, or somebody they just fucking on. And you just be like, y'all let them talk to you like that? Like, you didn't say anything? Like, what's really going on? So that's why we here, because it's like, we not tolerating no disrespect, especially from these niggas. Like, if you see what has been going on recently when it comes to men, like, you would not know. Absolutely not. So I feel like it's, this episode is perfect because we're going to talk about basically like how important it is to have a hoe phase, like, especially when you're leaving a very toxic relationship or just a relationship that no longer serves you. It's very hard when you break up with somebody because that's all you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you probably are hella close to them. You probably sleep with them every night. Y'all probably sleep on the phone. Y'all always up under each other. So it's like, once you lose your person, you're like, damn, like, and we, not gonna lie, we tend to lose ourselves when it comes to our relationships. I've seen so many women get into relationships with men, and now their man is their entire personality. They cut off their friends. They don't go out with their friends no more. They just be all up under their nigga. That is not healthy, and it's not cute.
Right. Definitely could say I was definitely one of those girls, but I mean, the difference is between y'all bitches and me, like, a nigga can't stop me from doing what I want to do. And like, some of y'all bitches really like lay up under these niggas and like really just forget that y'all got friends and just forget that you're your own person. Like bitches feel like, oh, like I gotta be like so under a nigga, like to where I should not have a life. Like, nah, like please, keep doing the shit that you was doing while you was in a relationship, because like the moment that you leave that relationship, you want your friends to be there, but like where were you for them? Like, you get so engrossed in your
Yes.
guy, like, and that's just not cool. Like, but certain females feel like they just have to give a nigga their all, and that's really not the case, because like, why would you be giving 100% when he's not even giving you half of that? But back to what Nigel was saying about what we were talking about, like, yeah, the topic is like, I know like a lot of my friends, like including me, just got out of something like toxic not so long ago, and like, I guess like, I think we're us females, like we don't know how to get back out there again, like, especially like after certain situations with certain guys. Like, I mean, y'all doing your last ex or whatever y'all encounter could have been like fighting, arguing, like just leaving on bad terms. Like, if you both like left the situation bad, like, like you're more hurt than anything. So I feel like a lot of females, we don't know how to like get back out there, basically start the moving on process. And we just gonna talk about that. Like, I feel like as women, like the first thing that we do go to like is like we go to people in our past that like, didn't
Always trying
work
to double
out,
back.
always doubling back. Like, stop backtracing. I tell every single one of my homegirls this, like, if the shit ain't work out, like I came to realization, like if the shit ain't work out before, like it ain't gonna work out now. Like, for example, like I have this one ex, like bro, like when I tell y'all, like he's just always there, like the nigga always there, like, and like every time like I end up getting out of like a bad relationship, like I always like end up like talking to him or whatever, but it never works out. Like we end up like, just never messing with each other. But this time around, like, like I was just so fed up, like Nigel said, like I had a roster this summer. So,
Sure the
like
fuck
I was
did.
getting like real fed up with like certain people. And like he was one of them. And I had realized I was just like, I just realized I was just like, I called him like a just in case nigga. Like he's the nigga that's like, just in case shit work. Like he could be everything I want or whatever, but it's just like we didn't work out from the beginning in the first place. And it don't have to be nobody that's like, that did you wrong. Like he could be the one that y'all just separated ways, but it's just like y'all still have that, relationship. Like, no, like stop going back to that. Like that doesn't serve you no purpose. Like never backtrace, because if it didn't work out in the past, it's not gonna work out in the future. And if you try to force it to work out, like it's not gonna go great. So like I don't know why females feel like, like, yeah, he didn't do me that bad. Like if a nigga did you bad, period, like he should not have no access
Yes.
to you in the
Oh
future. Like
my
that's just
God.
dead.
Yes. Like, I hate when we as women try to justify shit. I'm always on this one specific person in my life, one of my other best friends, about justifying her actions, because if you can justify the little shit, that means you can justify bigger shit. And that means that you're always going to go through life doing that. You cannot go through life trying to justify why this is okay for somebody to do because of this. No. If they fucked up, they fucked up, and acknowledge that. When you try to justify somebody's actions, that's letting them know, well, I'll do it again. And I'm gonna do it again, and I'm gonna do it again. And then that's when, like I tell y'all,
Mm-hmm.
when we give niggas inches and they take a whole mile, that's exactly what that is. Don't try to justify a nigga doing you dirty because he didn't do you that bad. If he cheated on you with two bitches and then got caught a week later texting one of them bitches, why are you trying to justify that? He fucked up
Mm-hmm.
the first time, so he's gonna fuck up again. And I also feel like we don't realize that when we double back, right, and we go into our past and try to force shit sometimes, or we just try to go back and make shit work, y'all don't understand the fact that y'all didn't work the first time. Y'all
Yeah.
dismiss why y'all didn't work the first time and don't work through that. So you double back trying to make it work when you couldn't even make why y'all aren't together the first time. Like, it doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
You have
Yeah.
to understand and acknowledge shit for what it is. it may hurt like hell, but you really truly have to see shit for what it is, because if you don't, it's gonna hurt a lot worse down the road. I'm telling you. You
But you
have
know,
to see people for what it is.
the main thing about it is when you end up getting out of a relationship, people don't realize the first step is to really just be alone, like learning how to be by yourself. Like, yeah, you know, the first night may be hard and the second night may not be better. And the third night may really just make you feel like it's the end of the world. But like, you know, like you said, like the whole saying about, you know, in order to get over another man, I mean, one man, you got to get under another, like it's bullshit because like this whole time, like you're thinking about this guy, like how are you gonna, you know, basically get over that guy when you're still worried about this same dude? Like, and for example, like I had that situation too. Like my problem was when I had got out of a relationship with my last ex, like, you know, like it was this guy, like, you know, like he, you know who I'm talking about, but we gonna come up. We gotta come up with nicknames, but you know, like I had a little boo, you know, like I met him like my freshman year of school at Cookman. And like he was just a dude that was always there, like, you know, like he's older. So, you know, like he kind of like peeped that, you know, I had something going on, but like he didn't know. Like, so basically what happened was like when I broke up with my ex, you know, kicked him out, whatever, like the first night. Well, I didn't really, girl, he was still at the house, but like, you know, just trying to show a nigga like, oh, like I got options. I leave the house, you know, I go out on a date, whatever the case may be. So, you know, like we out on a date, like we catching up, like, and then we go back to his house. And like, you know, things, you know, it didn't really carry from there, but it was just like I caught myself like getting real emotional like as I was chilling with him, as we was getting like, you know, we kissing, we doing all that, like we laid up, and like, you know, he's just like he like the dude's peep game, like he like, man, like I know like you're not really into it, like, you know, I don't know if it's your ex, like I don't know, like I'm like, damn.
And
like,
I respect that he said that, because niggas will really take advantage of you at your weakest point.
Definitely niggas will definitely do that. And basically like I kind of like I didn't really tell him what was going on, but I did tell him like, you know, like I had been hurt before, like, you know, like I'm just trying to play it cool. But he already knew, like he was like, you know, like, you know, I know you're trying to get over your ex and stuff, so that's cool. So like, you know, I'm gonna be, you know, I'll wait, but you know, I'm not gonna be out here waiting forever. And like, you know, after that, like it was just kind of like the end of it because it was just, well, it wasn't the end of it. I slipped up and, you know, just trying to get over my ex, you know, still didn't make it no better. You know, it just didn't make it better with the guy that I was messing with. And I was just like, I realized like I jumped in it so fast, like I jumped in it too soon and I wasn't emotionally ready. Like, ladies, like one thing about it, that saying is really just not accurate. Like, even if it does make you get that other person off your mind just for a little bit, it's only just for a little bit. It's not going to continuously help you.
I swear.
Like, so yeah, like we just got to cut that, you know, I just broke up with this nigga. Let me go call this nigga. Because that's just not going to work. Just take that time to yourself to just learn how to be by yourself. If you can't be by, like, if you catch yourself, like, I don't know, for the ladies that stay, you know, by themselves, like, if you just can't be in the house by yourself, then that's a problem. Like, if you just got to be around somebody, like, if you just got to have a nigga just in your face, or for the gay girls, like, a female in your face, like, you know, it's just not like you need to learn how to be by yourself. That means you don't want to be lonely. And it's like that's the part of loving yourself, like taking that time to you and only you.
Very, very important. Like taking that time to be alone is crucial because like Danny said, the saying goes, in order for you to get over one nigga, you gotta get under another one. No. That is how you keep continuing that toxic ass cycle you have when it comes to the opposite sex or the same sex. If you're not genuinely over the person that broke your heart, you getting up under another one isn't going to help. It's going to hurt you even more. And now you're bringing somebody else innocently into your shit. And it's not right. It's not right when women do it. It's not right when men do it. It's fucked up. Don't bring other people into your shit. Heal first. Take that alone time. That alone time hurts. Trust me, I know. I was in a relationship for a long time. That shit hurts. But when you take that time to be alone and just learn how to be by yourself, like, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. Like, I feel like we need to stop looking at heartbreak and like shit that's negative that happens within our relationships as such bad things, because that could just be a lesson for you. Like, yeah, there's pain and that shit hurts and it makes you want to cry and makes you not want to eat, sleep. You might even throw up, but there's always lessons hidden within your relationships that you need to take and really look at them for what they are. So when you do get into another relationship, when you are ready to start dating, you can be like, okay, I didn't like this in my last relationship, so now here's the standard for the next person. Listen, I'm not doing this. I've been there, done that. We're not doing that shit no more. And then if that motherfucker can't respect that, on to the next.
Yeah, one thing about it is just taking that time to yourself and just learning. Like, I feel like with some girls, we don't realize that we stop doing a lot for ourselves, like as far as like self-care, just daily routines that we did before, a guy entered our life. And like, like if you caught yourself like working out like 3-4 times out of the week, and then now you done broke up with this nigga, but when you was in a relationship with him, like, you slowed down. Like, start doing that shit again. Like, start doing shit that you used to do, or start doing things that you want to do. Like, I said that I want to start, my little business or whatever. Like, start that. Like, or if it's just like reading a book, like just shit that you feel like you did not, like you didn't really have your focus on, and do it by yourself. Like, do it alone. Like, learn, the process of, okay, like I'm back at square one. And like, I just want to make this really, really clear, because I really have to make this clear to my homegirls when they get out of a relationship. The first ninja that you come across is not going to be the one. Because he's basically the test dummy for you. Like, he's the test dummy for you to be like, okay, well, okay, like I said, like, this is what I want in a relationship. That. Like, he may be saying the right things, but you remember, like, you're only looking at it in that way because it's like you haven't been in a relationship in a minute. So of course, like, and if you out here having sex, you ain't get laid in a minute either. So it's like, that vulnerability. But it's just like, don't settle for the first nigga that come in your face, because one thing about it is there's gonna be plenty. Like, that's what you guys have to learn. There's plenty of more fish in the sea. Like, there's plenty of more men that's out there. So it's like, have a good time with the first one, but don't be surprised when it doesn't continue to work out. It may last for a week. It may last for 2 weeks. But just accept the fact that it didn't last that long. And now that was basically your test dummy to see, okay, well, this is what, I changed in my last relationship. This is what I allowed. But now that I've learned from this guy, now I'm not going to try this. I'm not going to try this time. I'm going to do something else. Like, learn the motion of, setting that standard. Like, how are you going to move the next time you come across a guy? Like, he's like, your first mindset, it should not be trying to settle down with a guy. Like, because that's what niggas aren't thinking. Like, that's not exactly what they're thinking. So you should not have that mindset. And I just feel like with ladies, like, we get to the first guy that, we haven't dated in a minute, we meet a guy, whatever, he's saying all the right things, and then boom, like, I fucked around and I made that. I fucked up a lot, y'all. But, at least I'm moving enough to say that I did. But, learning from those lessons, like, just getting myself out there, making that mistake, boom, like, I slipped up, I fucked up, like, and it makes you feel bad inside, because it's just like, yeah, like, I just, I feel like I just gave myself away once again. But it's like, that was because you laid down with your feelings. A lot of ladies, y'all need to stop laying down with y'all motherfucking feelings, period, point blank. Don't lay down with your heart, please. That's just not what, like, because these niggas aren't doing that. Like,
and they don't give a fuck.
They just don't give a fuck. Like, I just want females to realize, like, you can be the baddest bitch, but niggas don't give a fuck. Like, they just want what's in the drawers at first, and then the rest of whatever they want to feel like they want to do with you, that's just what it is. So please have that mindset of, like, this nigga could really be a fuck nigga out here, but I'm trying to really, like, expose his patterns, expose, like, who he is. Like, the first guy just let that guy be a test dummy. Don't do too much. Don't think about it too much. Just see where it goes. And then if it is going the way it is, okay, but this is your chance to kick his ass to the curb if you try him. Let him be the first lesson for you to not allow no type of fuck shit no more. Don't let him be the next lesson, like, of, okay, like, this nigga done fuck me over. Like, no. Take that moment to be like, all right, is it worth it? Yes or no, and keep it moving. Because it's like, if you keep settling for what's in your face, you're never going to get what's behind your greatness. Like, you're never going to. So, like, for the bitches that's just out here like, oh, okay, well, you know, like, and if he reminds you of your ex, like, that should just be an automatic no. Like, if that nigga moving like your ex, or like, not even trying to make a comparison, but if you like, man, it's the same shit that my ex did that made me mad. Don't try to sit there and explain that to him, because if y'all are getting to know each other, he knows what you like and he knows what you don't like. So you shouldn't have to stop repeating yourself twice, because these niggas don't. Period, point blank. You shouldn't have to constantly be like, I told you I don't like this. I told you this. Like, no. If he knows this already, don't panhandle his behavior, because that's what you did the last time. So don't do it again with the same nigga because, oh, this is a fresh start. We can't fix nothing at the beginning, because like we said last episode, you got to come healed. You got to come prepared. So if you knew this is what you wanted, don't sit here and cut me this bullshit of like, hey, look, like, I've been hurt before. Like, you know, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I done fucked up. And like, no, don't tell me all of that, because I told you what it was from the beginning. Now you finna try to come tell me your problems when you know this is what I don't like. Like, females have to realize, like, it's a nigga that can do it in a second. Like, just like that.
Okay. And a quick, it's nothing but a text. Like that. And that's also a great point, because that's why you should date multiple people. Now, we said, in order for you to get over your old nigga, get under a new one. And we said that that's not a good phrase to use, which is true. But when we say date multiple people, we're talking about when you're finally over your past, when you no longer can cry over it or feel the need to cry over it, and you can talk about it without it hurting you, and you've taken those lessons that you've learned and you're ready to start dating, date multiple people. Do you really think niggas is out here dating one female? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So take this time to develop a roster. Like, it is so vital and important for us younger girls, especially, to have a whole phase, because you can see what you like, what you don't like, what you're going to tolerate, what you're not going to tolerate. And it just really like, you, trust me, you learn a lot.
You do.
And your whole phase, you learn so much, which is why it's so important and vital for you to learn it now while you're younger. So when it is time for you to, you know, make that big commitment, if you want to get married, because not everybody wants to, you'll be ready for that. Date multiple people. Do not go for what's in your face, because like Danny said, that's literally your test dummy. Literally your test dummy. I guarantee you, every bitch that I've recently talked to that has told me about a nigga that they've messed with after they got a relationship was literally a fuck nigga. Like, I'm starting to think this is a proven fact, because it's so true, which is why you date multiple people, because if that first nigga is a fuck nigga, well, now you got 4 other niggas trying to take his spot. May the best player win. He might not be doing shit, but you got a nigga that's giving you money every week. Then you got another nigga that he could do better, but he got a baby mom. Okay, well, next nigga. Then you got another nigga that's gonna do this. Like, it's so important to have variety. And also, you don't have to fuck with everybody you talk to either. And I feel like that comes from like peer pressure, because that's all niggas want. All niggas want is what's in between your legs. That's sad to say, but it's true. And it's so annoying now, especially when it's time to like date and shit, because it's like, damn, like, do y'all niggas have any type of substance? Like, how they behave by themselves really truly shows you like what bitches put up with when it comes to them, and how they treat them, because niggas are really out here treating the bitches that they mess with all the same. They're treating them all the same. So when they come across that one bitch like me or Danny, and, you know, lets them know, like, listen, that's not gonna fly, they'll quick to be like, oh, well, I ain't never had no problem like that. You never had a problem because a bitch never told you nothing until just now. So I'm telling you, that's not gonna fly. You do what you want with the information, but I'm letting you know now, it's 5 other niggas on the line that's competing to take your spot. So make it quick. And like, also, don't let these niggas do too much.
Yeah, and also like piggybacking off of what Nigel said, like when you tell like one thing about guys, they hate girls that stand up for themselves and they hate that you tell them what you're not going to allow. And you may not like him. He may be your favorite one. He may be the one that you was like, okay, like we was really vibing, we was really doing what he do. But if he doesn't put in no effort to make that shit work after you done said what you said and set the standard, don't chase it. Let it go because you know why? There's going to be better. Like, and you may like him or
I'm
you may
trying
felt
to
like
tell.
that was the one right then and there, but it was just like, think about it. Like, he just blew off the fact that this is your feelings and you're going to get like this way about your feelings. So why would you keep him around? There's no sense to keeping him around when he already done basically showed you who he really is. When a nigga show you who he are, like who he is, period, point blank, you gotta believe it. Like you don't gotta like try again or put another scenario in it. Like, like I wasn't trying to take the quote from Maya Angelou, but it's really true. Like, when people show you who they are, you got to believe them the first time because it's just like, why sit there and put yourself in that same situation again to really make them show out again? But even worse, like it can get worse. Like, okay, you told him what it was. You told him how you standing behind yourself. And if he want to bounce, let him bounce. Like, let him go. Like, stop looking at the
For
text
real.
messages. Delete the number. Like, unfollow the motherfucker. Like, get yourself, like, ladies, get to the point
Don't
where it's like,
stalk him,
okay,
nothing.
like, don't do all of that. Like, okay, like, if you texting a nigga off rip and you like, hey, look, like, I'm a material girl. Like, I like this. Like, I'm not coming over to just smoke and chill with you. And this, and all of that. Like, let him know what's up. Like, and if he like, all right, well, shit, like, I don't want to talk to you. This bitch over here talking about I gotta do this, and all of that, and I ain't get the pussy. Okay, well, on to the next. Don't sit here and I just think it's funny how. No, don't think nothing is funny no more. Because what's really gonna be funny is when I leave your ass alone. So that's what you're gonna do. Leave his ass alone because
For
it's
real.
no point of you trying to sit there and explain yourself to a nigga where it's like, y'all, let me tell you the scenario. So so basically this happened like mind your business. Anyways, but just know it happened. But basically it was this guy or whatever, like it was this guy, whatever, like, and I really liked him. We just gonna call him light skin. But me and light skin ended up stop talking, whatever. So like I kept it going. So I ended up talking to this one guy, like he been trying to talk to me for a little minute or whatever, like, and I finally give him a chance. So me and my brother or whatever, we was hanging out that weekend or whatever the case may be. And like, he was saying that he wanted to come hang out or whatever after the concert. I was like, all right, cool. Like, I guess he ended up going to some type of concert or whatever. So he was like, yeah, he gonna bring a bottle, he gonna bring whatever, all of that. We gonna smoke, vibe, chill, all of that. I'm like, all right, cool. Like I wasn't really mad because I was just like, that was just the energy for the weekend anyways. So more of the story was he came to my house. When he did come to my house or whatever, me and my brother, we was turning up, we was lit, we was drunk. So we thinking like we gonna have that same energy. Nigga came in the house empty handed, y'all. Red flag, because you said we turning up. So like, what is going on? So like, me and my brother, we in my room, because he's my brother. He can lay in the bed with me. So he's like, oh, he walking in the door, like he's like, oh, like you gonna kick your brother out? I'm like, I mean, what do you mean? Like, I'm not gonna kick my brother out. So like, I'm thinking we chilling. So I told my brother, I'm like, hey, look, like, go in the front room, whatever. So my brother go to the front room. So I was already asleep or whatever. So, cause like, bitch, we ain't turning up no more. Like, the plan was for us to, keep it going. And bitch, now I'm, been waiting on you. So, bitch, like, now I'm tired and I'm ready to go to bed. So, like, he just was doing too much. Like, he was trying to have sex with me. He was just like, he tried to have sex with me in our
Ew.
sleep on some weird shit. And like, I almost slapped the nigga. But like, what was so funny, y'all, was like, before he had even came, like, he was like, oh, like, you gotta let me know what you want, like, what you like and shit. And he was like, and I got you. So he was like, oh, like, what do you want to do tomorrow? We can go out, we can go wherever we want. So I'm like, all right, like, cool, whatever, like, shit, we gonna, we gonna do what it do, like, whatever, like, cause I'm liking how the way he talking. So I'm like, all right. So back to that night, whatever, he pissed me off because, like, I told him multiple times that I didn't want to have sex with him. And he just was ignoring the fact, he wasn't respecting the fact. And the weirdest part about it was, yeah, you tried to have sex with me in my sleep. So that morning, I was just ready for him to get the fuck up and go. I had some type of excuse in the world, but come to find out, the motherfucking car got towed. So I had to take him, y'all. I had to take him to the tow place. Motherfucker did not, like, he tried to come at me because he parked the wrong way in the neighborhood when it clearly says don't park that way. So I had to take him, y'all, to the tow truck, take him to go get some money out the bank, whatever, at the ATM. I was so pissed, y'all, but what really had pissed me off was, like, he didn't try to offer me no gas money for me going out my way to take him where he needed to go. So he's like, he get his car finally. So he's like, oh, like, we going back to your crib. So I'm like, man, so I'm like, yeah, whatever, like, but I'm about to leave soon. Like, I'm trying to make it real noticeable. Like, I'm really just trying to get up and go. So, I was telling him, I was like, well, we finna go get some food type shit. So he was like, all right. He was like, oh, well, I could just go with y'all. I'm like, all right. So this nigga ain't even try to take his car. This nigga still in my shit. Like, bitch, you got your car back. Like, come on. So anyways, we drove there, go get some food. So me and my brother, like, we in the restaurant. So he in the restaurant too, y'all. He's not paying for my motherfucking food at all. Like, made it so obvious that he didn't want to pay for my food. And then,
bitch,
like, he was making... Girl, that bitch got burger. He got burgers and fries and some wings, bitch. You had enough money to order all of that shit, but you couldn't even buy my food. Like, come on. So, like, my brother was like...
And what he offer you, friend? What he offer you, friend? He offer you food. What he offer you?
Drink, y'all. Fucking drink. Like, I can't go to Wawa and buy me $1 drink. Hell, 4 damn drinks if I wanted to. So I'm like, bitch, okay. So I played it cool when I got back to the crib. Motherfucker into my house. I'm like, man, we finna go. Like, we finna dip. I'm finna take my brother home. So he's like, oh, I thought you wanted me to... Bitch, I don't want you to go nowhere with me. Take your broke ass on. Take your ass on.
Get out of here. The offer you a drink in Florida heat is crazy.
It's fucking nuts. Like, come on, are you
After you serious? Took it to the tow truck place, the only thing you could offer me was a soft drink.
All you offered me was a drink. Like, are you serious? Like, you really sat here and tried to offer me a drink. Are you serious, bro? So I'm like, you know what? Like, fuck that nigga, because I'm like, bitch, you cut. Like, so motherfucker, like, I'm telling the bit, like, like, I'm finna deal. He like, man, that's how it is. I'm like, yeah, like, bitch, I'm finna go. Like, nigga, like, what you not finna do, the next nigga will do. And I called Light Skin that same day, and I told him I wanted to get took out. And guess who was out to eat that night with my man that was not my man? Somebody baby daddy. But at the end of the day, we went out though. Like, it just goes to show you, like, that fuck nigga did that, and look what the next nigga did. Like, only one call, like, hey, look, I want to go out to eat. Like, take me out. Take me where you want to go. Be dressed. All okay. Pulled up.
He was wild as fuck for that. No cap.
Like, come on. But that's what I'm saying, ladies. Like, it just goes to show you, like, I could have been a dumbass bitch. Like, still tried to make that shit work. Nigga tried to did all of that, came with jewelry on his hands, like, came like a baller, like he got shit going on. But all you offered me was a drink, and you felt like, because you drove 40 minutes to come see me, like, you was supposed to get the pussy. And let me tell y'all bitches right now, when these niggas be coming to see y'all, let them know when y'all don't be wanting to fuck, because niggas are crazy. Like, they think that they owe you their pussy, like, you owe them your pussy. Like, I don't owe you a goddamn thing. So if that's what you're coming over here for, make it clear, because these niggas really feel like they owe you some, like, you owe them some shit. Like, motherfucker got a whole hotel. Like, this other ninja here, like, he went to go get a whole hotel. Like, first of all, bitch, I didn't need you to get no hotel for me. I had my own place to stay. You insisted on getting a whole hotel for me, right? but you want me to fuck you. You trying to fuck me in my sleep. Like, motherfucker tried to kick me out. Like, so bitch, I grab my shit and I'm ready to go. The fuck? Like, I'm going.
Yeah,
like, bitch, I got somewhere to stay. And he talking about some, oh, like, I don't want you to leave, but like, if I would have knew this, I would never spend $200. Who told you to go spend $200 on a hotel and thought you was gonna get pussy? Because
Yes,
this
like
pussy is
what?
not worth $200. Like, who told you to do that? Come on now, like,
Yeah,
let
no,
these niggas know off rip,
mm-mm.
like, you ain't fucking, like, you not doing none of
For
that, like,
real.
at all. Like, if that's not what your mindset is on, like, do not sit there and lead these dudes on because they really will try to make a big deal. Like, man, I just came up, like, bro, like, if that's what you wanted, like, make that shit clear. Like, let them know, like, if you want to vibe, like, ladies, like, when niggas say smoke and chill, like, please just understand
That's
that
cool.
smoking and
He wants
chilling
to
is,
fuck.
he
He
wants to
not trying
fuck,
to smoke and chill.
period. Come on. And when you just get out of when you just got out of a relationship, like, if that's all the nigga trying to offer you, like, oh, like, we can hang out and see where it go. No, bitch, plan a date. Like, and you may have to go through 5, 6, 7 niggas just to get that proper date. And even if you do get that proper date, that dude may not be shit. But at the end of the day, like, at least you know, like, and I just say, like,
You
when
ain't
you learn
settled.
how to play your, like, when you play your cards right, like, it's like a whole fucking deck of games. Like, you gotta learn how to play your cards right. Like, have multiple men. Like, stop going by the looks. The motherfuckers that be dripped out really be broke in real life. The motherfuckers that be screaming that they scammers really not making no money
Broke
in
as
real life.
fuck.
Come on now, like, you gotta learn what it is and what it's really not. Like, go for the motherfuckers that's humble, that ain't dripped out and all that, because that motherfucker gonna spend money on you. Like, that motherfucker gonna do what it do. Like, you got the baller shot caller, like, acting like, oh, he big balling, but then when it's time for him to break bread, he don't want to break no bread. Go
He
for
like, get
different
out of
type of
here.
men. Exactly. Like, go for different type of men. Like, that's one thing I did learn about when I did start dating again. Like, I learned how to, like, stop being so picky. Like, I love hood niggas, y'all. Like, real shit. Like,
She
I
really
can tell
fucking
you that
do.
I'm
This
the
bitch is a
fan.
walking walk past story, y'all.
Walking wild past story, y'all. But like,
It's
I
so...
had to switch it up like this time. Like, and you know, Naja already said we got to do an episode on why we should not date older men. But y'all, I
Cause
love me.
girl.
Oh,
Cause girl. Like, what?
But I just did, like, I dabbled and dabbled. Like, I seen what I seen what I like. Like, I seen, like I know Danielle's still working on her type, y'all. She's still working on her type. But I mean, preferably, like, if the ninjas is listening to the podcast and y'all hating, I like them real black, super black. But no, I'm just saying, but yeah, like, no, I like them black though. You gotta be black and stuff. But for real, like, I learned how to play my cards right. Like, I learned how to play with different guys. Like, real shit. Like, ladies, like, get you a schedule. Like, when you really see for what it's worth, like, when you take your self-care, take that, bro. Like, I literally dedicate like 2 hours of my time out the day just to, like, get into the motion of myself. Like, when you get that self-care in and you start loving yourself again, like, one thing I can say, like, it was hard when I first, got out of a relationship, because bitch, I was burning food. Like, I wasn't cooking. Like, I was eating out every day. Like, but I would eat like 2 bites of food. Like, everything does change about you. But when you do get back into that process of, really out here just doing you, like, and you like, yeah, bitch, I'm that bitch. Like, come up with a roster, like Nye said, like, hang out with that nigga at the beginning of the day and go start on that nigga later. Bitch, if you got a car, bitch, let me tell you something. Get in motion, because that's what these niggas be pulling up to this bitch house and this. Like, come on, like, go on one day during the day and then hit one at night. Go hang out with this nigga the next day,
there's
though. Like,
nothing wrong with that.
always, it's nothing wrong with that. And, like, don't be ashamed. Don't be like, oh, you ain't trying to be seen out here. Like, go out in public, because none of them niggas publicly made them yours. So you can do whatever you want. The
Okay,
next bitch can't get mad at you. Real shit.
Just gotta stop giving a fuck, for real, for real. Niggas is, y'all already know niggas is out here fucking and talking to multiple bitches. We can do the same thing. Not saying you gotta be a hoe or anything, but, and the purpose of the whole phase is to, like, fuck around. No, it's to really find yourself as a woman. It's to find out what you like, what you don't like, what you're gonna tolerate, what you're not. And let's go back to having that favorite nigga. I know every bitch out there got their favorite nigga. Let me tell you something. What I'm realizing about the title of being the favorite nigga, your favorite nigga 9 times out of 10 is the most attractive nigga on your roster. Am I wrong?
Yes.
Am I wrong? The most attractive nigga on your roster is going to be your favorite. Is his looks just do something to you. Like, he don't got nothing on the rest of the niggas on your roster. And when we start to box niggas in as our favorite, we leave the potential for the other niggas on the roster, like, we leave it alone. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
That the whole purpose of you having a roster is to experience 5-7 niggas. Not saying that you have to fuck them all. That's not what I'm saying, because I know somebody's gonna take this podcast out of context and be like, oh, when I say fuck all 5-7 niggas, bitch, if you want to do that, do what you want to do. It's your coochie. I don't slut shame. I love the hoes. The hoes love me. Okay? Hey ho over here. Period. Like, we just, that's just what it is. You feel me? That's not what I'm saying though. But for real, like, you do what you want to do. Don't fuck every nigga that you see now, because not every nigga, I'm telling you, sex is really not worth what everybody makes it seem like. Like, if you're still a virgin, please stay that way. You're not missing shit. I promise you, the moment you fuck somebody, it's gonna lead to heartbreak. You might end up pregnant. You're gonna be tore up. The shit's gonna be trash. Like, just don't even do it to yourself. It's a lot of bitches out here that will tell you, do not rush. You are wait. But let's stop having a favorite nigga though, for real, because that's the whole purpose of your roster is to experience your niggas, not to just solely take one out of the whole 5 and then that's it. No, because let me tell you something. Once you give your favorite nigga that title, right? Don't he start to fuck up? Like, I thought he was the favorite. He's not supposed to fuck up. Like, I mean, fuck ups happen, but a lot of y'all just dismiss that.
That's really fucked. That's real, because, like Night said, like, your favorite nigga is 9 times out of 10 the most one that you're attracted to. Gotta be probably the best looking one. But don't, like, throw all of your eggs in one basket, like, because when you do, like, that's when he get the fucking up. And it's like, I just feel like I personally feel like with girls, like you can hang out with one nigga and you could just, like, have a whole blast with him, and then y'all could just forget about the other niggas just because you just had such a good time with that nigga. And it's like, you didn't even give all the other niggas, like, there could have been another nigga that could have pulled way more harder than this nigga did. Like, yeah, he probably took you, you know, to a steakhouse or whatever, but, like, this nigga could probably take you on a boat, like, but you just robbing yourself of the opportunity, like, because you just had so much fun with that one nigga, or, like, you know, like, you just, like, just because that vibe went there. And it's just like, it's nothing wrong with you having vibes with multiple guys, because it's just like, think about it, like, you made that nigga your favorite nigga, but just because you made him your favorite nigga and now you done slowly start cutting off these other niggas and you doing you or whatever, like, what happens when he started to act funny, he started to act different? You ain't got nobody to fall back on, because you just done threw all your eggs in one basket. And then now you realizing this nigga a fuck nigga, but it's like, now you got to try to go back and get all your other niggas when you ain't have to let them go in the first place. Like, don't give that favorite nigga so much time. Like, balance your time out with them. Like, even if you got to sit there and just be like, look, like, I got a tight schedule. Like just keep it buck. Like, hey, look, I got a tight schedule. Like, we can't be hanging out. We can't be kicking it as much, because it's like you're investing yourself in that one guy, and it's just like you're wasting your time, because yeah, you may see something in this guy, you may like him, and you may, you know, it may be a few little flaws, but, like, you can get with another nigga that's flawless. Like, but you just didn't give him that time because he didn't get there faster as that other nigga. Like, you just don't want to give him the time. And it's like, you got to give him the time first. Like, give him, like, equally, you know, set your times and your days with certain dudes. And it may be a lot, but, you know, once you get the gist of it, you know, because it's only a lot because you're giving yourself so much time with the favorite nigga. But when you loosen up your time and you like, okay, like, look, I can't hang out with him like that, you will really see, like, okay, you got to, balance is the key right there. Balance is the key for sure. Like, I hate, and I do this, and as you know, and I know, like, I'm not going to knock y'all too hard because I do that too. But, like, you know, like y'all be calling these niggas y'all mans and shit. Like, you know, now you be having to tell me to stand the fuck. Y'all, I be weak sometimes. Like, I be weak. But like, you get with that favorite ninja, and then like you out here talking about that's your man. That's not your man. Chill out. Like, chill out.
Yeah, you too
chill
loud.
out. Like you're just you're looking just at him.
Keep it on the low.
Keep it on the low. Like if you feel like, okay, like bitch, that could be my man. Like that's my man. But like, don't be out here just like, oh yeah, that's my nigga. Like this nigga, he ain't really, like no, like don't do that. Like don't call that nigga your man because it was just a feeling that you had just for the moment. Like,
cause that's what it be. Like y'all have to really differentiate lust and love, and I can't wait for us to dive into a whole episode on that because that is some deep shit. But for real, separate lust and love when it comes to your favorite nigga. Cause let me tell you something. I'm gonna give you a scenario that happened to me. So I went outside, right? And I was with my friend, and this was my first time like being outside, like all dressed up real cute, did my makeup and all that. And a nigga approached me on the street, and he had seen me like for a while, like up and down talking to people. Like me and my friend at the time, we was just up and down the street, just networking in Philly. That should let y'all know enough. And he had seen us come back towards him, so he stopped us and he was like, I knew you was talking to a whole bunch of niggas. In my head, I'm like, why would you say that to me? You're not even my man, so why you give a fuck? So my friend was like, well, you need to stop flirting with my friend and just get her number because we not doing all this. Like, we not doing all this talking. So I had got a number from a nigga that I had just talked to, but like we was talking about like business shit or whatever. So the nigga left his number. The previous nigga that I was talking to left his number in my dial pad, y'all. It's a whole 267 number in my dial pad. So when the nigga that approached me looks at my phone to put his number in my phone, he like, damn, I knew you was talking to other niggas. This is what I said. I said, why are you worried about other niggas if you my favorite? I should have never said that because I didn't truly mean that. But please watch what you say because I hate that nigga to this day. Like, he blew my shit so bad. And I feel like when you let niggas know that they're the favorite, they start to slack. When you don't categorize these niggas and just leave them as niggas on your roster, that leaves no room for error. When you put all that pressure, all that title on that one nigga, once you let him know that he's really that, he starts to slack. He act like he don't got to do shit. He don't got to do too much. The little shit that he does is worth it and is good enough for you. No. Bitch, I need more than that. I need more than the bare minimum. So please, when you're talking to these niggas, one, watch what you say, and two, don't let them know that they're your favorite. I was completely joking, but let's just say God really did show me why I should have never said that, and yeah, no. Because absolutely not. Do not let these niggas know a goddamn thing. Keep it to yourself. Tell your homegirls if you want to, because you know, us as women, we chat to our bitches.
And sometimes don't even do that because if that's your favorite nigga, like I said, once you call it out, it really automatically goes wrong. And if that favorite nigga like really start acting up, like just let him go. Like don't do too much. Like put him at the bottom of the roster. Like put him at the bottom of the roster, and don't even like mention the fact. Like don't like even though you really may fuck with him for real. Like when you do have your set of guys, just don't put all of your eggs in one basket for any of them. Like if you like all of them, just equally like all of them. Like don't like one more than the other because like the nigga that's really gonna be applying pressure, like you ain't gotta say too much. Like you ain't gotta say too much for him to know, like, yeah, like
for real.
Okay, like I'm gonna really move how the way I want to move. Like I'm a getter. Like I know I probably got, competition. Like you ain't got like just like, like Naja said, like less is always better. It's always better. And when they know less of what you got going on, that's like harder they're gonna go because they want that spot. Like make these niggas like fight for that spot because like our problem is as women, like we grew up like kind of like, oh, like you gotta hold a man down, when you get with a guy, show him how loyal he is. And like we be really out here fighting for spots that's not even open. And it's just like you don't want to get yourself in that same situation. So make that nigga fight over you, like especially if he came fucking with you, like if he came disturbing your peace, like and you let him know, like, look, like you wanted to fuck with me. Like, and you gotta let guys know, like, you know, I can have anybody I want. And if you do feel offensive to that, like, if you just feel like, oh, I shouldn't just be out here blankly telling you that, okay, like, you can go, like, you can bounce. But I'm not gonna sit here and make it seem like, oh, all I want is you, and that is like, yeah, there's other guys. Like, no, like, be confident within yourself. Like, that's why being alone is very vital at the beginning of the healing process, being alone, because that just goes to show you that you're a whole lot of women and you deserve a whole lot of men. And it's like, you have to embody that. So when you embody that, like, and you're telling the guy like what it really is, and he's just not with it, it will be so much easier for you to detach like that. So the whole favorite nigga shit got to be out the door. Like, stop. That's my man. That's my baby. Like, you know, he makes me happy. Like, just go with the flow and the vibe of things, because how do you honestly know that you're the only person that he's talking to? And you can't say, oh, because I be in his face 24/7. That is not 100% true, because one thing about niggas, they gonna make time. Like, let me tell y'all something. I done fuck with some cheating ass niggas, and like, I would be like, when did you have the time to do this? And then when I really like peep that shit, I'm just like, wow, like, this nigga really had time to do all of this shit. Like, I cannot believe that shit. So,
crafty.
you know, don't feel like, you know, time stops a nigga from cheating, because they always gonna find a way. And it's like, trust me, like, stop believing that you're the only female. Stop thinking that you're the only one, because, like, unless he really applies that pressure and show you, and I'm not talking about 4 days, 5 days, or whatever. Like, we talking about, like, over time that y'all are with each other. Like, that's when you know, like, when he really started applying pressure and showing you what it really is. Like, okay, yeah, maybe you may start looking at him different. Like, okay, I possibly am the only one. But until he fully show you, like, hey, look, like, I'm fucking with you and I'm only fucking with you and I want you to be my girlfriend, like, that's when you take him serious. Until then, why should you be out here claiming a man that's not even calling you his girlfriend, but you calling him your man?
For real. We gotta stop fucking with niggas harder than they fuck with us. Especially in the beginning. Because when you fuck with a nigga harder than he fucks with you, he's gonna take advantage of that. Men are literally master manipulators. The moment you show an ounce of that, you letting your guard down, they're gonna take advantage of that. And it's sad to say, and it's so fucking annoying. Like, we need niggas like Michael Jackson, for real. Like, Michael literally said he will not go if God calls him home today. He and the angels tell him it's time to go. He do not want to leave without seeing his baby. We need more niggas like Michael. Like, he said, heaven can wait. He's telling God, I gotta see my baby first before you take me. But they don't make niggas like Michael no more.
Period.
So it's like, we really have to be tightened the fuck up. Word to the city girls, like, we really have to tighten up. Y'all know y'all be fucking with niggas harder than y'all in the beginning. You can't do that.
Yeah. Like, you can't, like, one thing I could say, like, I think where females really fall short at is that we don't realize, like, we have so much time to find our significant other. Like, but that's because, like, the reason why we don't know is because, like, social media, everything plays a role. Like, you know, like, we should be married by 25, 26, having, like, no. You're still young. You can still live your life. You don't have, like, live your life. Like, and it's okay. It's going to take a minute to find that significant other, and it may get frustrating. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like, sometimes, like, I'll be in my bag for like 5 seconds, but I'm just like, damn, like, I'd rather, you know, be alone than, you know, laying up with a cheating ass, lying ass nigga. Like, or I gotta keep explaining myself. Like, I gotta keep being in my feelings. Like, I can't express how I feel because this person is gonna attack me because of how I feel. Like, learn that it's going to take a time to find that significant other, but it's all gonna be worth it. Like, no matter how, like, have that mentality of, I'm never gonna settle, and it doesn't matter how long I gotta wait, but I'm never gonna settle for anything. Like, and literally, that's how I look at it. Like, that's how I look at, like, every time, like, something goes wrong, or like just a failed experience with a guy. Like, I just know that there's somebody else that is out there for me, and I'm just never gonna settle just because I want to be in a relationship right now. Like, it's just
I'm
not
trying
meant
to
for me. And
tell you.
sometimes, like, y'all bitches don't understand that God really be trying to sit y'all ass down and tell y'all, like, you know, you don't need to be in a relationship. You don't. Especially if you've been dating if you've been dating from high school all the way up to college, you ain't had one time where you could just say that you were just single. Like, you need to be out there dating and exploring, because you're not giving yourself that time to learn, but also like, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, experiencing men is a good thing. And like Naja said, it's not just having sex, it's just experiencing different guys, because it shows you, like, I didn't had all of this in my life, and I didn't learn I've learned from every guy that I've been with. And like, that's how I look at myself now. Like, as all of the failed situations that I had, I've learned so much to now, like, I can really give girls like game on what's going on for real. And I'm happy that, like, this is not the end. This is not the end of my experience. Like, I could be fucked up, pregnant by some nigga right now and be miserable. But because I took the proper steps into realizing, like, having a baby or just being fucked up about a nigga and trying to do all of that, it's gonna keep him. Like, I'm so glad I got out of that mentality of just trying to hold a nigga down. Like, yeah, let's go. For the bitches
Cause
that's
word
out
to
here,
mine and Leo, I ain't hold no nigga down, so bitch, you better not go to jail. Cause who is doing that? Who's doing that?
Who is doing it? Like, stop playing with me. Stop
For
holding these niggas
real.
down in
Like,
jail. Stop.
we
A
not
lot of us
doing
young
that,
girls are
bro.
doing that. Stop
He's a
doing
grown
that.
ass man. He made a mistake, so why should you have to suffer because of his mistake? We's too grown to be putting ourselves in lockdown. Come on, be for real. Like, and back to what Danny said about settling. Just because you have to search for a minute doesn't mean you settle for a minute. Let me say that one more time. Just because you have to search for a minute doesn't mean you settle for a minute. It's going to take time for you to find your person, for you to find what you genuinely want. And that's okay. If it was so easy for us to just find our person, we'd all be married with hella kids by now. Or even if we weren't married, we'd have hella kids. Like, it takes time. Don't settle for what's in your face because you're not going to like it. That's like you putting food in front of a baby and the baby telling you, like, they don't like it. They're not going to settle for that. So you're going to give them something else that they might like. Don't settle for what's in your face.
Yeah, and I think that's the problem, like, with us. Like, I feel like the first thing a lot of people say when other people get out of a relationship is you're always going to find better. Like, not saying that that's a bad thing to say to somebody, but I think when you're in that broken heart stage, you feel like the next person that's like you come across will be that person, but it's really not. When people try to say, like, you will find better, that means as time goes by, as you're healing, you're never going to find the man that's for you while you're in your healing process. It's never going to be like that. And it could be like years, you could be single, like years, but it's going to be worth it, because during that whole, like, this is how I look at it, me personally. Like, I feel like, staying by myself, living by myself, being single, not living with a man, like, I gotta enjoy this, because one day I'm gonna be a wife. Believe it or not, y'all, I'm gonna be a wife. And I'm gonna miss being by myself. Like, I'm gonna miss the privacy. Like, I'm gonna miss that lifestyle. So why try to settle for that lifestyle right now when there's a whole world out there waiting for us? Real shit.
That's very, very fucking true.
Like,
that's why people be miserable while they married. Because they didn't experience nothing. They didn't lick a little pussy. They ain't suck a little dick. They just got married and been married since they were in high school. And like, you didn't have the chance to experience the world, and the world didn't have a chance to experience you. So it's like, do what you can now until you get to where you want to be. Because once you get where you want to be, especially because you're going to get older with age, it's no more playtime. Like, it's a certain age. Well, you shouldn't be cutting up in the first fucking place, but you can't help how everybody act, honestly. But at a certain point, like, the shit that you do now in your teens or your 20s is not going to be acceptable when you're 30, 40. they're gonna look at you like you crazy as fuck and ignore the fuck out of you. Like, they're not gonna play no games with you. So it's like, get all this shit out of your system now.
But you know what's so crazy now? That's why a lot of older people, like, you see, like, older women, they try to dress like us, like, they try to look like
they go
us,
to
like
the
a lot of
club,
older men. Yeah,
come on,
because, like,
please.
you know, they've been miserable and stuck in relationships or stuck with one person for so long, and now that they're free, they want to do everything that they didn't do in the past. Like, real shit. Like,
that's true. My mom was like that.
Don't be one of them. Exactly.
My mom was like that in her 30s. She had me at 21. So when her 30s came, oh baby, that was her 20s. She was out partying, clubbing, strip club. Like, damn, girl, you got kids. You should have been did that.
Right. That's true though.
Yeah,
definitely.
no,
for sure.
Don't be like that for real.
Because you miss out. Like, stop reaping the benefit of you actually living your life at the time that you are. Like, all of that kids, that family, that marriage, all of that shit is gonna come later. Like, of course, it would be nice to, have a boyfriend while you're in college, or
don't date them college niggas. I'm telling y'all right
don't
now,
date them
you will
college
be
niggas.
disappointed. You will be disappointed as fuck. Don't even do it to yourself. And if you're in a relationship prior to you going to college and y'all not going to the same school,
break the fuck
be
up
single.
Right now. Get it over
be
with.
single. Get it out your system. Just go ahead and be single. You're gonna be real disappointed. Especially if they go to an HBCU, you're going to be salty.
Focus
just
on yourself.
Let it go.
And
focus on yourself.
I repeat, do not sit there. And this is where I fucked up at. I really fucked up. Well, I ended up going to school that I really wanted to go to in the first place. So really, I didn't fuck up. But I almost stopped myself from going to the HBCU because I was with my ex, and he was staying home, and like I caught myself like a few days before. I was like, damn, like, is this really what I want? Like, and it was so funny because it was like, at first, like, I didn't know how college go, but I had a balance at first, and like, but I had basically like did the solution to get it done. Like, I just needed to show up and show them that. Well, no. Actually, I didn't have a balance. I just didn't have my transcripts, and I had my transcripts. I just need to go there. I need to go there, whatever. Well, the move-in process. I just need to show them my transcripts, and I was just able to move on. Y'all, my dumb ass did not almost go to Bethune-Cookman because I'm so fucked up about my ex. Like, so fucked up about him. I was with him the night before, like, crying, like, breaking down. Like, I don't even want to leave you. Like, whole time, y'all, it was so crazy. I've been with this nigga for, like, I was with my ex for almost, I was with him for a year. I ain't gonna say almost 2 years because we didn't even make it. But yeah, I was with him for a year, and it was crazy. I ended up going to school, of course, because I'm here now. But, for example, like, I was just so fucked up about him, and I almost stopped myself. And I remember I ended up telling him, like, yeah, like, I almost didn't go to school because, like, I was gonna settle for, like, a school that was not even as great, not good, just so I can be closer to him, just so we won't have no problems. And then, like, the whole time, like, that I was there for my freshman year, like, I stopped myself. Well, I fell out with my ex best friend. That's gonna be another story, but also, like, I limited myself, like, like, just like when I said, like, bitches get into relationships and they forget who they are, like, they just want to be stick tied glued to that one guy. And it was like I robbed myself the benefit my freshman year, my first semester. For second semester, I got my shit back in blood, but my first semester, like, I really stopped myself from truly being myself because I love this man. Well, I ain't gonna say love because now when I think about it, like, I really didn't love him like I thought I did. But just because I was just in love, he was my first. So he stole he didn't steal it. So he stole my virginity, like, so it was like I almost stopped myself from going to school and really just being great because when I did go to Bethune, like, I found myself for real. And it was so crazy because, like, the ending of the first semester, we finally had broke up, like, December. Like, just when I was going to go home and see him and spend time with him, like, we broke up. And it was so funny because, like, he told me, like, prior to 2 weeks I was coming home that he can't do this long distance shit, all of this shit. And I'm just like, wow, like, so this whole time, these whole 6 months that I've been up here, like, you just now saying that, like, you're just now telling me that you can't do no. And y'all, I was stressing so bad so bad over this man, like, just, bro, like, stressed myself out completely. Like, couldn't even focus on myself how I wanted to, because I'm worried about if me and my relationship is working out. And the crazy thing about it was, what was the fucked up part about it was, like, I had found out, like, like literally almost a year later that we had a conversation, like, after we had broke up, and like literally before I had ended up, giving him my virginity, like, the bitch cheated on me with somebody else, all because I didn't want to at the time before I gave him my virginity, the first time when we tried whatever, I wasn't comfortable. Like, I was just like, look, like, I ain't never do this before. I'm a little kid. Like, I ain't a little kid, but I'm a teenager. So it's like, like, basically it just, I wasn't comfortable. Like, I just didn't know what to do. Like, and it was just like, basically you sat there and you cheated on me with a whole nother girl. Like, you had sex with your ex and then came like not so long after and took my virginity. Like, that's some fuck shit. Like, me and him cool. Like, we cool now. We can never be together. But it's just so crazy because it's just like, that whole time, y'all, like, I'm stressing out over this nigga in college when I should be out there talking to as many guys as I want, like, having fun, partying, like, hard. Like, yeah, I went to a few parties, but like, going outside, like, walking around, like, typical freshman shit that I was supposed to be doing, like, my first semester. And I didn't, because I would go to class, go home, and sit on the phone with him. And then it was like the phone call stopped coming. Like, I'll just be sitting in there in my room, just texting him, like, just trying to talk to him as much. And then, like, he was cutting communication. It was like, basically, I was giving more than what I was receiving. And it really was obvious that I should have I should have let him go the moment I packed up my shit and I seen him that night. I should have really just left it alone. But I learned my lesson, like, and it was really fucked up because, right, 2 weeks prior to me coming back home and being home for the next month and a half, like, you want to break, like, oh, I broke up with him, but like, you just want to tell me, like, you can't do this, and like, that's fucked. Like, I wasted so much time, like, and for the ladies that are going to college this year, yeah, that's really some fuck shit. I mean, I ain't trying to bash my dog. Like, if you is listening, you my dog, but you did do some fuck shit, dog. Like, I ain't gonna lie, that was real fucked up. But yeah, so for all the girls that is like, this gonna be our freshman year, like, y'all got these ninjas that y'all done went to school in high school, like, telling you, like, even though college niggas ain't shit, there's gonna be a lot of fine ass niggas. Don't settle. Don't cheat on him. Just leave. Like, be single. Like, especially just go out there single. Explore your options, because baby, it's so much more than what is back at home. I promise you. I would never fuck with a nigga in my city no more, because all these niggas that I have seen out here, like, I would never go back. Like, no, I had a beautiful time, and I'm still having a beautiful time. But yeah, like, ladies, let them niggas go. Like, your hometown boyfriend, let that shit go, because I'm telling you, like, you ain't gonna be thinking about him, because y'all gonna break up either that first semester or that first semester. That's just what it's gonna be. It ain't gonna be second semester. It's gonna be first semester.
Nah, for that fall semester really brings out brings out the demon in everybody. I'm telling y'all. When the parties start, it's like, I don't even know what to compare it to, because the last comparison I made was fucking horrible. But it's just, it's a plethora of people. Like, when you go to schools, especially like HBCUs, you're meeting people from all over the world. Florida, New York, Delaware, Jersey, the whole DMV,
Bahamas, Jamaica,
overseas. Like, it's a vibe. It's such a, you're gonna be lit. But for real, don't settle. College is not the time for you to settle. Like, if the whole phase ain't the perfect time, it's the perfect time in college. I'm telling you, college is the perfect time to test your whole phase, because you're gonna have some hoes. I'm telling you. You gonna have some.
I'm telling you, man. You gonna have some hoes.
You gonna have some.
You gonna be
doing some shit that you ain't never thought you were gonna be doing. But listen, it's college. It's expected. Just have fun, and of course, be safe. But yeah, don't put your trust in no nigga that go to HBCU. Please don't.
Yeah, don't
you will be
crying. Them motherfuckers that are in relationships that could, like, I would never date nobody that goes to Cookman. Like, I'm sorry, like, we just can't date. Like, I mean, yeah, it's just not. It's just like dating a nigga in high school. Like, you can't date nobody that you go to school with. Like, you could probably fuck around with them, fuck with them, like, you know, hang out with them for the time being, but don't ever take that nigga serious. Like, of course, there's gonna be niggas that's like, oh yeah, I'm looking for a girlfriend. Like, no, they're not looking for a girlfriend, because I'm telling you that homecoming weekend gonna be fucking crazy. And if
Listen,
you
if
worrying
you're
about
in a
that nigga, you're
relationship by
crazy as fuck.
homecoming, get out of that.
Get out of that. Go
Get
ahead and
out
get
of
out of
that.
it.
Because homecoming is literally an excuse for alumni and current students to just get drunk and be lit. It's going to be so much going on homecoming weekend. Your relationship is not going to survive. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not. You have to have a strong bond. Not even a strong bond, but y'all relationship got to be strong as hell if it lasts through homecoming. Because now all of a sudden, when the liquor come out, everybody want to start making mistakes. Everybody want to start slipping. Now everybody starting to look a little too good. You've been was liking it. It's okay. Don't let the liquor be your excuse now. Let's not justify it with alcohol. But yeah, just be careful. Whole phases are important as fuck. I'm telling y'all.
After high, like, honestly, for the ladies that are in high school, like, stay single, stay out there, just doing you, you know, because when you do go to college, I have nieces that are in high school now, and, you know, I give them game on what's going on, but, like, you know, like, everybody is going to have that first heartbreak. Like, you're going to go through it, you're going to deal with it in high school, but, like, don't stop that from, like, and a lot of people from my city, like, they did do that. Like, they stopped themselves from, like, seeing their potential because they settled for what was in their face. Like, I tell my nieces this all the time. Like, once you hit college, like, there's just going to be so many options that you're not going to be able to choose from. And it's okay because there's no time clock on you picking who you want. Like, it goes back to being, like, time is very precious and you have no time. I go by that saying, like, time is precious. Like, basically, there's no time to be wasted. So don't invest yourself into a guy. Don't try to get yourself in a relationship in college. You're literally finding yourself. Like, so many people, like, find themselves when they're in college and don't sit there and just be like, okay, well, let me just go find me somebody because I'm lonely. Like, no, like, explore it, like, have fun. Like, of course you're gonna see the little couple. Like, yeah, some people, they do get together, some people they do work out, like, whatever, but it's like that don't mean that you just need to go ahead and get in a relationship because you see other people. Like,
and
just have fun and experience. And you don't know what other people are going through. Like, literally, like, you don't know what people are going through in their relationships. So don't just be like, oh, I see them together, so it's really my time. Like, really, like, if you're in that phase of in high school and you know you got years left, like, just take that time to really just explore and have fun. Like, I feel like in college, yeah, you do find your real friends too. Like, so when you do get to college, like, you may have to cut off some bitches in high school, whatever, but you know, like, really then, like, that, like, I feel like with high school, personally, like, you should never take nobody serious in high school because, like, there's some niggas that I thought that was so fine that just look straight bad now. Like, giving real druggy, giving real just.
We got to do an episode on that.
Like,
that's so funny.
Like, what's in
true.
your city is not what you have to plan for in life. Like, so if I was anybody that's in high school right now, like, them little boys that you think that you stressing about, like, you're gonna be looking back at them like, ew, like, bro, like, this one nigga that I was fucking with so hard, like, I just really look at him like, I can't even believe, like, I used to sit here and cry about him at night when I went to bed. Like, it's just an ill. Like, it's just, he don't do it for me. And a lot of niggas that y'all fuck with will not do it for y'all no more. But that's how you know you was going so hard for a nigga and you didn't even realize, like, that nigga really wasn't even all that. Like,
very true.
There's going to be, like, times when you, like, really get to that age and you're like, wow, like, I'm really was fucked up by him. So that's what I'm telling y'all girls right now in high school. Like, don't be trying to date them little ass boys because let me tell you something. The real tea is when you go to college, it's really not the college niggas. It's the niggas that be around the college. Like, you know, it be like the grown niggas.
Bro.
Like, grown niggas really be having it. Like, we got the ab that cooks me, and bitch, you walk down that ab, like, niggas be in the
We
car and
gotta
shit.
do
That's
a
how
college episode next,
I'm
bro.
telling
That's
you,
crazy.
y'all. We do. Like, I'm telling y'all, the real ballers ain't the college niggas. That's how we telling y'all. Like, don't fall for the college niggas. Like, the real ballers is the locals in the area. Like, and if you in college or if you about to go to college and you're like, man, should I break up with that nigga? Break up with that nigga. He's not worth it because he's gonna stop. You're like, just y'all have to realize, like, y'all really don't know what love is. Like,
it's lust, bro.
It's just lust. Like, it's just lust. So don't stop yourself from living your life, and don't stop that other guy that you think that you really may love. Like, stop him from living his life, because, like, it's not fair to both of y'all. So live your life, even if it's without each other. Like, my first ex, like, that one, like, I thought that I was gonna be with that nigga forever, and like, I would never even like let that nigga touch me, like, period. Like, just let it go. Let it go and live, because
it might
more
work out
niggas
in the
that's out
future,
there.
but like, you know, as of now, you have to be content with, like Danny said, what shit is for what it is. And once you're okay and content with that, you're gonna go so much farther. Because I don't think a lot of y'all don't realize either, y'all mess with the same niggas, they just got different bodies. And what I mean by that is, you keep going after a certain type of nigga, or you keep allowing this certain type of thing for niggas to do, and you're not putting that your foot down. Like, you're lacking a little bit of, you know, boundaries, self-love. You're not being that girl to be like, listen, I'm not standing for that. Which is why you'll wonder why every time you're messing with a nigga, or this the third nigga you done mess with, they all act the same. Yeah, that's because you got to get that together. Because if you don't, you're going to keep running into the same old thing. And like I said, we're so blinded by shit like that, because we've put so much of our love and effort into a person, when we need to be out here exploring everybody. And again, not just sexually, but mentally, emotionally. Like, we really need to just step outside of that. So please do yourself a favor and explore, have fun. That is the purpose. Find yourself, love yourself, learn how to be alone, experience different shit. Stop looking at everything as a bad thing. You're allowed to be hurt. You're allowed to be upset. You're allowed to cry, but don't be down forever. Because like we said, there's going to be one nigga that's going to do it at the click of a phone call.
And we don't know how long that's going to take, but I promise you it's going to be worth the wait. Like, when I tell you, bro, like, me and I was literally just talking about this, like, I'm letting y'all ladies know, like, I ain't even trying to job. Like, we really out here, like, talking shit about these niggas, but, like, we gonna have to start talking shit about us too. Like, y'all bitches be like, oh, I need a baller, but you ain't got no motherfucking car. Like, you still staying in your mama's shit. Like, what do you have to bring to the table? Like, he gotta have all of this, but what the fuck you got? Like,
and that's gonna hurt a lot of y'all, but it's true.
It's gonna hurt a lot of y'all motherfucking feelings. Y'all want real ass niggas, and you think, oh, because I'm just so loyal, that's just enough. It's not enough, baby. I want a breadwinner. Just like how you want a breadwinner, that nigga want a breadwinner too. Like, he don't want no female that he gotta fucking take care of. Like, like, bitches have to realize, like, you gotta be in your bag. Like, don't, like, I told Nyethebrat, I had a whole conversation with Nyethebrat. Like, I was like, I want to get with the next dude, and when I do, like, I want him to see that I'm a fucking breadwinner. Like, what you do is nice and all, but you know I can do it for my damn self. That's what a nigga like. That's what turns a nigga on. Not, oh, he got to pay for this and he got to pay for that, and I got to take care of all of this. Like, why? Like, first of all, why would he even get serious with you when you don't have nothing? And then on top of that, if he ain't got shit and you ain't got shit, Why y'all even
y'all
together?
both can't
If
be
both
having y'all both can't not have shit. Like, damn, just some freaky bums. What's going on here? Like,
freaky bums, man.
we can't be doing that. We can't be laid up broke. Like,
Y'all
that's
want
just
so much in a man and don't even have half of that, like, in a woman. Like, you should be able to independently be on your own. And if you have to depend on a nigga income, like, that's when you know you should not be with that nigga. Like, if you know if
and
that
y'all
nigga
know
leave
these
you
niggas don't got no
today,
fucking money. Don't do it to
come on
yourself.
now. Don't do it to
These
yourself.
niggas
Like,
don't have no fucking money. They flash and that's it. That shit's not theirs.
and I'm
There's a
tired of
homie
bitches
in a
coming up to
friend group that
me.
got the money. He don't. He just posing.
Yeah.
Ignore that man, please.
That's what I said. Like, they gotta stop going for the flashiest niggas. Like, y'all always talk about, oh, he got money, but what the fuck? Like, I'm telling y'all, don't come to y'all homegirls, because I'm gonna stop coming to my homegirls too with it. Like, why been stop? Like, don't tell me that your nigga got money and he ain't spending shit on you. If I see you in the same
Yeah,
shit,
for
he ain't
real.
got money. He ain't, like, if he got money, he gonna be doing shit for you. I'm gonna see, oh, he got money. Like, yeah, that nigga making sure my bitch straight, but like, stop running to your friends like he got money and he ain't taking you out and he ain't doing all of this. And you so-called say he a drug dealer, or he this and he that. But like,
They
you
don't
ain't
even
living
be
a luxury
drug dealers,
part.
bro. They just sell. Like, that's like, we need to stop giving them these titles. They need to stop using these drug dealer titles. Y'all do not move dope like El Chapo. Okay?
Yes,
Niggas is not
seriously.
moving weight how they used to no more. Y'all sell a little weed and now y'all drug dealers. No.
Yep.
No.
Stop telling us that you niggas got money, because like, I had to stop saying that, because I'm like, I'm over here telling my homegirls like, my nigga got money, but this nigga ain't doing shit. Like, bitch, you ain't got no money. If you ain't doing shit for me now, if you got money, like, yeah, my nigga got money. Like, girl, you see me out, like, you see me doing this, you see me doing that. Like, yeah, that's when you can brag, but don't be bragging if that nigga ain't doing shit for you. Like Megan said, like he is not no trick if he only buy you food. Like, it's more than that.
Okay,
Like,
and that's period. Period
period.
fucking
Like,
it. If he's only buying you food, babe, you should be able to buy your own. That should be nothing to you. Did he pay a bill? Is your light bill paid for the month? Did he see that you need a lash filling? Is he paying for that? That's what we mean by break bread. Not just buying you some, I don't fucking know. What do bitches be eating?
I don't know,
Seafood
bitch. I don't eat
boils
meat.
and I don't fucking know. Like, no. Come off of that. I could buy that. I can spend $50 on a seafood boil. Let me get a bill paid. Pay for my nails. You see, I need a refill.
Yeah. And if that nigga started acting funny, getting itchy and shit, like, oh man, that's when you know, like, bro, that nigga don't follow me for real. Like, he don't want to do this for me. He don't want to do that for me. Like, but it all goes back to like, y'all females, like, set the standard for yourself, get y'all bread up, really start getting in y'all back and focusing on you, like, because y'all niggas sometimes really don't have shit to offer to a man. So that's why some of these men don't feel like they have to do too much to get in y'all draws, because like, what do you have to really offer?
You
What do you
swoon
really
by
have to
some food and
give?
some weed and
Come
some
on now,
liquor.
like,
No.
yeah, if y'all ain't got shit to offer for y'all damn self, like, if y'all ain't out here focused, like, and I ain't gonna lie, like, certain people have certain situations on why they don't have a car, why they don't stay by themselves. But I'm saying, like, if you can't provide for yourself, then that's the problem. Don't expect the nigga to provide for you, because that's when shit goes left. Like, be that independent woman, so when that man does come along, he realize like he fucking with a boss, like he's fucking with a bitch that's on the same shit as him. He ain't gotta sit here, and that's why some niggas really be scared, because like some of y'all bitches just be really out here just using niggas like it's a sport or some shit. Like, y'all really be fucking up for the loyal bitches like me and Naja. But you know, like, some of y'all niggas really some of y'all bitches really just be out here like using niggas, like, and that's why some niggas really do kind of be, you know, acting funny when it comes to breaking the bread, because some of y'all bitches are just users when y'all can just go out there and get it on y'all own. So like, stop for the females. It's just like, oh, like, I need this type of nigga and stuff like that. Like, look at your situation in life
Be your
and
own
think
rich
like,
nigga. Like, that's the
come on
movement.
now, be
We
your own
we
rich
have
nigga,
evolved
yeah.
so much over time as women. Like, we're no longer staying at home, taking care of the kids, cooking and cleaning. We boss ass bitches. Like, we the breadwinners now. So now niggas is insecure as fuck. And we testing their manhood because we doing shit that they supposed to do. But they still not doing the shit that they supposed to do. So it's like, be your own rich nigga. Like, that's really me. Like, I'm in my bag. I'm trying to be my own rich nigga. Because clearly the rich niggas ain't really all that rich. And I don't even like niggas. Like, I'm not even gonna sit here and lie to y'all. I can't stand niggas. Like, they really,
ain't come to Florida yet, y'all.
They really make me throw up. Like, really
come to
just,
Florida yet, y'all.
I can't. I just, no. So it's like, just be your own rich nigga, bitch.
When she get off Florida, you nigga, y'all. My dog gonna
Absolutely
be on some city
not,
girl
bro.
shit.
They're worse than Jersey niggas and Philly niggas, bro.
Yeah, boy. Look, I love me a Florida nigga. No cap, my man gotta be from Florida. Like, no real shit. Like,
dog.
we just gotta get Nia out here to Florida. She gonna really be on her. Y'all know how we get down to Florida, real shit. Like, y'all know how we coming though, for real. We gotta get her out, like a night out, and it's really gonna be over with for her. Like, they gonna be like, and she from Jersey, so she gonna be talking that shit. See, Florida niggas,
and
they
I don't
like
fucking
that
play,
shit.
bro.
Look, it's gonna take one Florida nigga to change her life. That's all. Look.
I'm hearing a whole lot of toxicity in my ear. That's what I'm hearing.
You know what?
That's all I'm hearing. I can't tolerate that.
One night, though.
I'm
one
crazy,
night.
bro. I can't.
Real life crazy though. Real bad. Real fucking bad.
Real bad.
Because we're not playing about our feelings no more. And none of y'all bitches should play about y'all.
For real. Like, don't, and that's another thing. Let us end off with that. Don't play with your feelings either. Because if you don't want nobody to play with your feelings, the person that gatekeeps them should not be playing with them. Mm-hmm. They're valuable. They're important. It's okay to feel them. It's okay to, just be in that moment. So don't play with your feelings and don't let nobody play with your shit either. Because I'll be damned if I'm playing with my shit. Because I had to learn this. Like, I really, really learned this when it came to therapy. Like, don't play with your feelings. You're going to be really hurt and upset. And until you can acknowledge them and accept them, it's just going to be haywire every fucking time.
Don't let nobody play in your face twice. Do not.
For real. Because fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Like, be for real.
Yep. Like, do not. I'm telling y'all bitches right now. I'm telling y'all. Stop thinking that you're going to show a nigga something. Because if you already done played in his face before and you come back, that nigga just finna start dugging. Like, he finna start doing his shit. Like, you're giving him the accessibility to really do you wrong and show him who the fuck you are because you don't respect yourself. And that's one thing, too, when it comes back to being alone during that first time of that healing process. Learning how to respect yourself, learning how to stop allowing shit, and just respecting yourself for who you are and what you stand on. So don't let a nigga play in your face. Like, if he played in your face the first time, don't give no chance for him. He's gonna do it again. Like, ain't shit gonna change. Don't sit there on and show a nigga like, no. Like, end it. He already done tried you. Don't go back making yourself even, like, making him look even dumb. Like, oh, I'm gonna just keep him as a hoe. Don't keep him as nothing because he already done tried you. Stop giving him that accessibility. So don't let a nigga play in your face. Real shit. Like, it doesn't matter who he is. Don't let a nigga play in your face twice. Like, let that shit go the first time. Because, like, oh, I'm gonna only use him for this. No. You're not gonna use him for nothing.
He's useless. He already disrespected you. He's useless.
Thank you. And that's my word right there. He's useless. Like that's you can't do nothing with
useless once they disrespect you. Like, no, you should not have to use him for shit. He's useless.
Yep. He's a useless nigga once he disrespect you, and that should be the end of the discussion. Period. Point blank. There should be no excuses after that.
Period. Don't try to justify shit, double back. Replace them.
Because niggas don't justify our behavior. Like, I ain't gonna lie, there's some real ass niggas that's out here that will really cut your ass off in a second. Like, really be on some fuck shit. Like, if you play with them, like, niggas don't play about their feelings, and that's why I feel like, why do we feel like we can just bunny hop and just Dougie and do double dutch with ours? Like, no, like Nye said, like, get real personal, like, get personal about yourself. Like, it's all back to getting real personal about yourself. Because when you get real personal about yourself, like, you're not gonna let shit slide. And like, that nigga, he may be like, oh well, you so quick to cut a nigga off. You damn, at least you know.
Okay, as long as you know, bitch, that I wasn't playing, because you thought I was playing. And that's another thing. Niggas don't be taking you serious when it comes to your words. You really have to put action behind your shit, because they be thinking that you playing.
Less is always better. Exactly. Less is always better. That's why I said, do not let a nigga play in your face twice. Just show him what you can do. Period. And that's that.
Period. Love y'all. And I hope y'all really learned something, because I feel like this was another great conversation we needed to have. And we're just going to keep coming with the heat. Like, it's just be prepared to hear shit that you don't want to hear. I'm sorry. Like, I feel like everybody keeps sugarcoating the same shit. People aren't, saying what they really need to say because everybody's trying to hide behind it being mean, or we shouldn't say that. No. We've been sugarcoating shit for too fucking long. Enough is enough. Mm-hmm. So, love y'all, and we'll see y'all on the next motherfucking episode. And y'all better stay fucking tuned in.